Why does the black man serve the white man? Why does everything the black man do benefit the white man? Why does the black man say freedom is doing what I want to do? And why is it that everything he wants to do enriches the European?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Yes. Now with the power of positivity, we can start this show.
It's a new day, brother. It's
a new day. Yes, it is.
Man, somebody call my mama.
Oh man. So let's get into it. I ain't gonna wait any longer. The topic of the show today is, well, now that that's over with, do not listen to the analysis of black mainstream talking heads when it comes to the results of this past election. What you're going to hear is a bunch of distraction and nonsense about racism and white supremacy, sexism, xenophobia, people voting for a third party or people not voting at all, hate won, all this other crazy shit. None of that BS is the reason why Donald Trump is now president of the United States. I mean, just saying that is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm telling you, kid. I ain't even said it out my mouth. I don't even give me that much respect to say it.
These people let Donald Trump become... Anyway, none of that is BS is the reason why Donald Trump is now president of the United States and why Hillary Clinton lost. On tonight's program, not only do I break down the reason for the success and failure of both, but more important, I reiterate why land, infrastructure, and nationhood was, is, and always will be the solution to our collective problem called America. Nothing has changed. The only question is, when are you going to get your black ass into the land, infrastructure, and nationhood game and stop sitting on the sidelines? So, a lot of people seem to be confused right now, Dev. A lot of people say, a lot of people say that this is shocking. The results of this was shocking. But I'm going to do something. I'm going to break my hand patting myself on the back. Because I put out a post. Well, I put out a video before the election called Black Folks Need to Sit This One Out. Did you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I also put out a post on Facebook on the 7th. I'm going to go to that post because I want to read it verbatim. I don't want to paraphrase.
No.
Okay. This is what I said. I wrote this on November 7th at 1:03 p.m. This is on Facebook in case anybody doesn't believe what I'm saying. And I wrote, there is nothing more pathetic than when people double down on a bad strategy. If you notice, the Hillary Clinton campaign and the DNC and all of Hillary Clinton's supporters and her shills are doubling down or either attempting to shame millennials into voting for her or pointing out how gross, rude, crass, and incompetent Donald Trump is. Newsflash. Millennials are voting. They just aren't voting for her or Donald Trump. They are voting for a third-party candidate, Jill Stein, so that the Green Party can get to 5% and get, 5%, of the population and get federal funding so they can primary Hillary Clinton and get her out of there in 4 years if she wins. They aren't voting third party because they think Jill Stein can win the election. Newsflash. Trump supporters already know how gross, rude, crass, and incompetent Donald Trump is. That is the reason why they're voting for him. That is why they like him. So who are you attempting to convince? Bottom line, if Hillary Clinton loses tomorrow, it is not the fault of millennials who didn't vote for her and instead vote third party. It isn't the fault of people who decided to sit out the election because they weren't satisfied with either choice. The reason she lost would be because she and the DNC rigged the primaries against Bernie Sanders, marginalized and mocked not only his supporters but her own liberal and progressive base, and made a conscious decision to appeal to, quote, reasonable right-wing conservatives who are against a Trump presidency, a.k.a. mainstream corporatist neocons, instead of tapping into the energy of Bernie Sanders generated with millennials, the demographic her dumbass needed to beat Trump. Instead of embracing her liberal progressive base and going left, accounting and the dust settles, I believe Donald Trump is going to be the next president of the United States, or Hillary Clinton will win by so small a margin that she cannot pretend she got a mandate from the American public and is going to catch hell from her liberal progressive base the entire 4 years of her presidency. Just my 2 cents on this circus of an election for what it is worth. 1. So that was my take the day before the election. And to be honest with you, she got, I think, more of the popular vote, and he got more of the electoral vote, that's the only thing that kind of surprised me. Did you know that?
Yeah, I noticed it. Yeah. Mhm.
He won the electoral vote. So basically, the system that I thought that was on Hillary's side gave Trump a mandate. That is interesting. That is interesting. I did not see that coming. Now, what does this have to do with us?
You got jack shit to do with us.
I was talking to Neo, Black nationalist today. For some reason, I can't pretend I don't know why it is. I was actually in a very good mood yesterday. When I went to work, like when we got off the phone with Max 611 and them and Big Brother R in the paint, and I think you were the first person that told us the results. And
I don't know.
I was actually went to work smiling. When I got there, I was literally like laughing throughout the night over the fact that Donald Trump had won. And the reason why, and me and him had come to the same conclusion, is that we feel that this is the best thing that could have ever happened for nationalists. Because it just shatters this illusion of inclusion that people had. And now, Donald Trump is going to be in a position to basically wipe out everything that Barack Obama did in his 8 years as president of the United States. He could repeal Obamacare. The Republicans control the Senate and the House. They have a majority, and there's nothing really to oppose him in doing so. Now, the Democrats could filibuster whatever Trump tried to do, like in terms of a Supreme Court nominee or whatever, but that would take balls, and that's something the Democrats don't have. Democrats are pussies, and Republicans know that Democrats are pussies. That's why they hardball Democrats all the time. When the Republicans are in power, the Republicans pass whatever the hell they want to pass. When the Democrats are in power, the Republicans obstruct. There's no reaching across the aisle. There's no working together. It's like, no, we're not allowing anything to get done while you're in power. That's their position. Democrats are pussies. When they get into power, they reach across the aisle and they compromise. That's what Barack Obama did when he had a supermajority. Obama didn't have to just pass Obamacare, which is basically a Republican plan. He could have went for single payer, which is what modern, nation states across the world have. But he decided to get a watered down, insurance friendly plan called, the Affordable Health Care Act. And he didn't really go for the gusto when he could have and put that through when he had a supermajority. But I don't want to get into the minutia of American politics too much. What I will say is that this right here, if this doesn't let you know that Captain America Negroes, militant integrationists, and Black Power Americans don't know what the fuck they are talking about, I don't know what else is going to do it for y'all. I'm hearing people now talking about, oh, we got to get out of this country. Really? Wow, that's a radical concept. Where'd you come up with that? I wonder who's been talking about getting out of this country for the past few years. As a matter of fact, the BAI, and I made this point on Mac's show, BAIO came into existence under the Obama presidency, under the Obama administration. So this is a black president. Do you think we cared that it was a black president? We already seen the writing on the wall. But what happened? A lot of you cats decided that, wow, now we finally made it here in America. We finally got a black man in office. So now we can put our bags down and now we can relax. When Obama came into office, we didn't relax. The BAIO came into existence. It just organically came into existence. No one individual started it. A bunch of individuals got together, and we all collectively decided to work together, and we had a message of like mind. And in that message of like mind, that concept developed. Land, infrastructure, nationhood.